Set in a dark cyberpunk world, Axiom Verge is a retro-inspired 2D action exploration game that brings some new and refreshing ideas to the Metroid-Vania genre. What's most impressive about this offering, however, is that it was completely developed by one person, Tom Happ. You take control of Trace, a scientist who awakes in a mysterious alien world after an experiment goes wrong. Trace is guided through the world by a mysterious figure, Elsa Nova, who tasks Trace with restoring balance to the world by killing Atheos, who has infected the inhabitants of the planet, taking them over and turning them into your adversaries. This unique concept has you questioning the true moral nature of your quest, which only becomes more unclear as the story continues. The gameplay will feel immediately familiar to retro enthusiasts, feeling like a cross between Mega Man and Metroid. You can jump, duck, and shoot in 8 directions to begin with, but as you go on you will unlock other upgrades which change the way you move and progress through the game. In typical Metroid-Vania fashion, the upgrades that you find throughout the world will allow you to reach previously unreachable areas. Upgrades such as the laser drill, which allows you to break through certain blocks, and the grapple hook, which allows you to grapple onto platforms above you. There are also some more unique upgrades such as the lab coat, which allows you to teleport through walls. Also there's the remote drone, a small creature that you can take control of, allowing you to crawl through small spaces. Also there's the address disruptor, that allows you to glitch parts of the world as well as enemies, which can lead to some interesting results. Alongside the necessary upgrades, there are also a number of optional upgrades that can improve your health, weapon range, and weapon strength. On top of this, there are also 24 different weapon types you can unlock, that all have unique characteristics that might make them more suited to certain situations. Whether it be the Kilver's short-range blast of lightning, or the long expanding rays of the Varange. These different weapon types encourage experimentation and are a joy to seek out in the world as you want to see the different effects they can have. The upgrades are extremely well hidden, and you will definitely have to experiment with the game's various mechanics in order to get to them. Axiom Verge has a very striking visual style, which can vary from dark, gruesome feeling caverns to an open, colourful landscape. The game's 8-bit visual style does a great job of conveying the numerous unique enemies and characters that are a combination of flesh and machine, that echoes the work of H.R. Geiger. The audio of Axiom Verge is also excellent, with all the sounds of the weapons and enemies feeling appropriately bit-crushed and unique. The real standout, however, is the music. Every track feels completely different from one another and sets the tone for each different area of the game. Overall, Axiom Verge is a game that embodies the spirit of retro gaming excellently. It doesn't hold your hand and it's crammed full of secrets. However, it's never too unforgiving, as when you die you respawn at the last save point with all of your upgrades intact. This strikes the right balance for a retro game that's both punishing enough for veterans and welcoming enough for newcomers. On your first run through, the game can last 8 hours if you're not exploring, 10 hours plus if you're trying to get 100% of the item. Our first run through took us 13 hours and we're 10% off of 100%. If you enjoy exploration and a challenge, this game has you covered. If you're a fan of retro-inspired games and enjoy games such as Castlevania and Metroid, then we encourage you play this game. It definitely puts its own spin on the genre. It's a well-crafted game and it's not afraid to try new things. Axiom Verge will be available on PS4 in the US on March 31st and Europe on April 1st. There's a Vita version of the game currently in development and will be cross-buy, so it'll be available on PS4 and Vita.